Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial, and today we'll talk about some network commands that are available in Unix. Right, so I have a complete list of network commands that are available. On my left, I have in Excel. So these are the command list that we have, and what's the purpose. So for example, ifconfig is used to view or configure network interfaces. Ping is used to test reachability of a host. For example, you're trying to reach Google and you're able to do that or not. Then for example, you have netstat, you have nslookup to read the DNS records and all of that. So we'll go through a lot of them in this video. I'll try to cover almost all of them. So let's dive in, right? So I have this Ubuntu terminal open on my right, and it's right now inside my user. So let's first try out that what ifconfig does, right? So if I just type ifconfig here, right, so it shows me so basically we saw the purposes view or configure network interfaces. So basically these are the two network interfaces that we have right now. One is Ethernet, other one is Wi-Fi. So we have the how many packets and how many bytes of data are being transmitted, so that the bandwidth and all of that information is available here, right? And also the IP address is available for the Ethernet port. And then there's basically an important command that is IP-A. Okay, so if you do IP-A, it will give you additional details related to what you get in ifconfig. Okay, it will basically, here you were seeing that it's connecting to 255.255, but here IP-A will show the IP address of the interface details. So it will give you the additional, your physical address and all of that, in addition to your IP address and the other IP address, right? So that is IP-A. And then host name. So let me clear this a bit. So host name is Angan virtual machine, which is already visible from this. So it basically tells you which machine you are currently inside, right? The next command is who, which will say show logged in users and their source. So if I just type who, it will say that my user, because that's the only user I'm logged in. And if there's a variation of a command called who am I, so if you type in who am I, it will just say that which is the user that is logged into the to the instance of the operating system, right? Then there's uptime to show the system uptime, for how much time the system has been running. So we type in uptime. So it says 1551. So you, on my local time, it's 1551 right now. So uptime has been 10 minutes and one user. So these are the average loads, and it will show you those details. Next, we will try to ping the any website, right, and see whether we get address from that. So basically we will try pinging www.google.com, right, and see if we get responses from there. So basically when you are establishing a network connection, it will be sending packets of data, and then a ping will ensure you are getting back those packets, and it will give you details regarding how many packets were sent and how many packets were returned back. Right, so here you can see that the TTL is 57 and time is 98 milliseconds for the response to come back, and you can see that there were 64 bytes of data sent from this particular system, and basically these were the bytes of data received from this system. So that's basically our ping command. So I will just use Control C, and so you see at the end it will do 61 packets were transmitted, 28 were received, and there's a 54.0984% packet loss, and time was 61,441 milliseconds, right? So that's the purpose of ping command. So next command is trace route, right? So basically when you connect to a Google server, it's not like when I'm connecting from India into maybe a server in New York, it will directly go from my location to New York, Kolkata to New York, or New Delhi to New York, right? So it will go through a lot of intermediate servers, meaning it might go through some Middle Eastern countries, then through Europe, and then finally reach the server in the US, right? So then for that we use trace route. I will do trace route www.google.com. So trace route is currently not installed, so basically let me just install trace route. I'll just do sudo apt get install inet utils trace route. So it will download the package. There are several packages that are not available out of the box, so you'll have to get it installed using sudo apt get install command. So now if we try out trace route to google.com, it will give me the route that goes through when reaching from my server into Google, right? So it says 1, 2. It went into first server, then went into the second server, then going through the third server. Third server is receiving a packet and sending it back, right? So that is basically that tells you that this from my IP address it went into this IP address first, and then from there it went into this IP address, and then finally to the some IP address in the intermediate, and before finally reaching www.google.com. So these are the IP addresses my packets have gone through before reaching google.com, right? So that is the purpose of trace route. Now we'll try to use netstat. Okay, so netstat shows all your network connection and statistics. So we will use netstat. Clear it a bit. So it says basically what are the applications that are connected to my Unix system, and right now I have a lot of protocols that are connected, and it will basically tell you like what all packets, what all sockets it is using to make that connection. So for example, if I open a Firefox here, right, and then type right, so this time when we go inside terminal and type in netstat, I just want to show that it will come up here somewhere. See, system updated, steady out, journal, device socket, plus socket, journal, steady out. Yes, Unix. I think it will use some sort of internal name that we will not be able to map it back, but still let me try. The next command, let's go to the next command. So this will basically list out all your applications that are connected through with socket and all that, right? Next, show socket statistics, right? So which socket is used for what? So we will use ss command, and if I expand this a bit, so we have these sockets. Okay, so you have the socket name here, and you get a similar detail how you got from netstat, right? So this is similar. And then basically there's a telnet command to basically check the connection to a SSH server, right, to a TCP connection, but we don't have any TCP connections right now, so I can't show you that. And basically after that we will go to the command host nslookup. Sorry, so nslookup, right? So let me clear this because it's a lot of junk here. nslookup, and then we'll go. So it says it'll give the server and the address of your system, and then it will say the name and address, and as well as the physical address of google.com, right? So this is the use of it. Gives you the MAC address, see, at the end, and it gives you the IP address. So it's a very simple tool to use nslookup whenever you want to, you have a server and you want to see what is the IP address and what is the this ID, basically this physical IP address. And then we'll close this, right? And then we will do host. Host is nothing but basically if you give host of, let's say we got the IP address of google.com, so we'll take that, is it not typing? Second. Let me close the terminal and see if it works now. Okay. ns, I was doing the host command. Then first we did nslookup, alright. nslookup on www dot, this time let's do yahoo.com. Right, so we have all these IP addresses that are available, right? So what if we do host of this IP address here? So that will again do a DNS lookup, but this time you'll get a little bit less details. Okay, this server couldn't be reached. We'll try with a different one. We'll try ours. See, here you get an like a simple domain name pointer localhost, and you got a very simplified form of the NS lookup here, right, with the host command. And then I think FTP is used to send files from one server to another FTP server. SFTP is secure file transfer. If you have secure, if you want to secure the file transfer, it's a secure command. And SSH is basically to log in into some SSH machines that you might have. And IP link, show or modify network interfaces. So let's explore that command. So when I did IP link, it says it is giving my details, that loopback, link, loopback, I don't know what this stands for. Q state up. Okay, it's telling that the state is up, and my link or Ethernet details, right? Like my MAC address and my physical address, those things. Those details it's giving, right? And then like IP route is something very advanced, so I'm not going to cover in this tutorial. And then I want to basically show you another tool, which is Nmap. I think I don't have Nmap, so let me get that. Sudo apt get install Nmap. Nmap is an interesting command. Let's say Nmap, and I go into google.com. So it will map the entire, it will give you port details. Earlier we saw that trace route gave you the route of the IP address, list of IP addresses that went through my IP address until we reached www.google.com. Now Nmap is a bit advanced tool than trace route. It will give you sockets, ports, and all the details while on the way. So see, so basically it will tell you what are the ports that are open. Okay, there is this port is open, SSH port is open, SMTP port is open, HTTP port is open, and these particular ports are basically filtered out, right? And these particular ports are also filtered out. So there are a total DNS records for this is 977 ports. So there are a total of 977 ports. So it's showing the port details of these, right? So that's what we use Nmap for, to list out the ports and sockets and see. Okay, so I think that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you got a basic idea of how to do networking in Unix. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do so. And thanks a lot for watching.